benefits of cover crops start with meeting the principles of soil health. I'm just gonna pop this out of the ground. Let's just see what we got.
Less erosion, less equipment, the number of earthworms and microbials in the soils.
We're in a climate where we can grow both cool season and warm season grasses, which allows more days of the year to utilize forage. We overseed our pastures with winter annuals. The first benefit we get from it is we get winter feed for our cattle.
Usually by year 3 is when most farmers are saying yes, they're definitely seeing the improvements. They're seeing usually better infiltration right off the bat. It may take 4 to 5 years in order to see an organic matter improvement. When we see that the soil is clinging to the roots right there, we know that there's a lot of microbial activity.
Right now we're averaging between $50 and $60 per acre per year to plant a winter annual cover crop, which would consist of 2 species of grasses, oats and ryegrass, as well as some maintenance levels of red and white clover. That's obviously an annual cost, but when we put that into our budget, we get that cost back through the volume of forage that we produce. The fact that the cows harvest it by grazing it, it's far cheaper than any summer forage that's going through a stored forage system, baling, etc. So it's not hard for us to pencil that annual input cost on the winter annuals for what we're doing here.
It's a risk. It's adding an unknown risk into their already managed system. Adding an element of risk always means you need to take a step back and figure out how to put this new risk into your system. Those 2 things are the hardest, is adding an unknown risk and trying to fit it into a system, because everything happens at harvest and it gets crazy. For those that are brand new starting into it, that's a big question. That's a lot to add when we've got all these other stresses and risk factors involved. That's why you start talking about it way earlier in that season to figure out where you want to get this into.
Yeah.
Equipment, they need to be set up for it. If they are going to broadcast, they need to have in mind what they're going to use to broadcast, how they're going to broadcast. Are they going to re-hip first and then add this cover?
You know, we're in the month of March, and it's time for termination, but to see some of these people growing covers and to see it's been a positive thing for them, and realizing that they're going to come back next year and they're going to do it again, and then what they're doing, there's going to be another group of people learn from them, and this is going to be a new practice that's going to be implemented. It's going to be a positive thing financially, environmentally, socially. I see cover crops as something that's bringing people together, that, you know, we're learning from one another.